Hi everyone, how you going? Just back again up here, as you can see. Beautiful early beach. Just pouring with rain at the moment, so not a lot going on. Went out a couple of days ago, did a bit of spearing. But what I've jumped on here, my partner, she broke her fin the other day, maybe 2 weeks ago. And I just did a bit of a video on how I fixed it. So I thought I'd share it with everyone. I wouldn't recommend doing it, but you know, I just did it. I've done a few carbon repairs before, and it come out all right. So here it is here. That's the fin that's been done. But leader fins, they're leader fins, you know, I buy them all. They sent me a brand new set anyway. They did there, so pretty good warranty on them. You know, if she broke it, you wouldn't want it to break at 20 plus, but you know, it broke anyway. They said it's a new set of fins, which is good from them. And I'll just go through a bit of a video about how I fixed that carbon fin. It's just what I did. You know, if you needed to do it in a hurry, you had a spearing trip on, you couldn't get another fin. I see them broken all the time on Facebook, and actually I know a few blokes here that have broken them, single fins and that, hit them on the reef, getting in and out of the boat, even just finning along, they've broken. So it's just a bit of a how-to on what I did. You know, take it, if you want to use it, use it. If you don't, don't. All right, cheers guys. Hey guys, how you going? Just me back here. What's happened out spearing the other day, a fin snapped. I'm just gonna give it a go at fixing it. I thought, why not just do a bit of a video on it, just in case it ever happens to want to use. It's a carbon leader fin. It's you know, I've done a few push bikes and kayaks and things like that with carbon before. I've repaired them, so I'm just gonna have a go. If it doesn't work, you won't see the video. If it works, I'll put it up. All right, thanks guys. We got carbon cloth here, and we got the epoxy. There's the fin. See it's split down there. Pretty common place for a fin to split. These are the carbon leader fins. They're actually a pretty good fin, but you know, I've got divers, so you don't get this problem. But I'll show you it as we go. Yeah, look, I've just done a few cuts along here, so I can try and get that. It's like our decal on there. Get that off. I've got it off this side. I've given it a little bit of a sand. I'm going to give it a heat more of a sand. Actually, you know what? Scrap that idea. I'm gonna just try and carbon this side first, and I'll leave the that decal and the sticker on there. You can see, big decal on it. But just try and hold it together. I don't have a vac bag either, so I don't really vac bag. I haven't used one before, so I'm just gonna try and do it as best as I can without a vac bag. But we'll just see how it goes. I'll leave that side on, then we'll do that side after, if this side goes okay. Yeah, you can see here, I'm just going to give it a real good sand. I'll give it a proper, I think that's 80 grit, really get down into the mat a little bit, just so it soaks in nice. And I can get it all in there pretty good. Give it a real good rough up. That's what I usually do. It's just, the other bits of mat, they stick so much better. You know, if you really get down into those fibres, they can really push through to the next one. Then I just thought I'd cut the mat then. I cut a few pieces of mat, a few different ones, different sizes. I cut a couple little strips to go across it, and I think I cut 4 pieces of carbon mat the size of the the fin there. I put 4 on the back side, and then I put 1 on the other side just to tie it all together nice and even like that. That's pretty easy. I just got them the right size, and they do peel off a bit. You know, see there, you can see those bits just peeled off, but it's a fin at the end of the day. I'm not, you know, making a real nice carbon, something carbon to show everyone. It's going to be under a foot pocket. So, yeah, I just trimmed all them off. I just, yeah, trimmed them all off, and then I started to lay them down so I could get them about right, the right size. I kept giving them a little trim every now and again to really just make them fit nice and neat, really, I suppose. That's the main thing you want. Covers the crack good. You want it like, so the resin's going to soak into that crack. Now that you've sanded it, it'll soak into the mat that's already on the fin, and it'll soak into the crack as well, hopefully coming through to the other side. You'll see after it does come through to the other side, and it does a pretty nice bond. But yeah, I'm just cutting a few more pieces here, getting them all lined up nice, and I can get them sized right. And that before any resin even comes out, I like to get them all laid down and just do a bit of a dummy fit to see exactly how they're going to fit, and then get the layup that I'm going to use pretty close. Like I said, I don't use a vac bag, so it's a little bit different, but it's worked for me in the past, and I haven't had anything fail. But you know, it's a fin at the end of the day, and my partner doesn't dive too deep, so I wasn't too worried about it. You know, if you're diving 30 or 40 meters, you'd probably worry, but I don't, so it's no dramas for me. But there we have it there. There's the pieces. The pieces I've just chopped there, and then I've just mixed up a tiny little bit of resin. It's just 5:1. It's a hot day too, so you know it's going to set pretty good. But I'm just I've sped the video up a bit so you can see what's going on. But I'm just tidying down that mat there, pouring a little bit of resin on. I don't really like using a brush. Some people love using a brush. I'd rather a little stick, so I can just, usually a paddle pop stick, I can spread it out nice and even, and I can push it down into the fibres and push it down a bit. With the brush, I find it sort of grips onto all the little fibres there, and it spreads them apart. So I can just smear it across it, and then when I go to applying the tape to squeeze it all out, it works a lot better. So I've just added a heap of resin here. The good thing about the method I use is any excess resin just gets squeezed out of it. Same as a vac bag, you know, you only need to put in as much as you're going to use, and everything else can get out. There you go, I did 3 layers on that side. So 3 layers on that side, 1 layer on the other side. It's heaps, it's strong as strong can be. The resin holds it all together anyway. The mat's just really the reinforcement for it all. You can see there it's soaking through. I'm just pushing it around a bit, getting it fully covered and all soaked into that carbon cloth. That's it there, just pushing it all in. Bit of good even coverage over it all. You don't have to use a lot on something like this, it's a tiny amount. You can probably see there how it's laid out. This is it. This is the first thing I do. I start at the bottom, a layer of painter's tape. It's just a non-adhesive. Well, it's adhesive, but it comes off nice and easy. And I put that one on the bottom first. Then I just slowly keep layering them and squeezing the resin out. The cloth is still soaked in resin underneath. Like, I'm not squeezing every little bit out, but I'm just squeezing the resin up and through. Same as what a vac bag would do when it pulls down on the carbon. This is just what I've done here, and it squeezes all the excess resin out. So in the end you get like a nice bit of cloth there. And when you're done with it, you can see it oozing out a bit. You can always trim off that excess resin, give it a sand and that sort of thing. See, it's still piling out the end of it there. and I just keep applying tape. This is obviously sped up as well. It takes a little bit longer than this to do it. But there you can see, now I just slowly squeezing everything out. Giving it a few squeezes to get all the resin, all the excess resin out. It's just making a nice flat surface, and it's 100 times easy to sand. There's no bulges or anything. It flattens off really good. It's also really good to do on anything round, like that you can't get a vac bag on or something. It's just a easy way to do it if you don't have a vac bag and all the other equipment. So that's it there. That's all set, ready to go. It's 40 degrees. Well, it's probably like 35 degrees, but it's still pretty warm in the shed, so it's going to go off in no time, I reckon. But they're nice and flat, easy to sand back. And then all the resin's definitely pushed out of that. You can see it oozing out the ends. But here we are. It's pretty simple, really. I just take the tape off now and see what it uncovers. That's why I use that painter's tape. It peels off, it doesn't get stuck to the resin doesn't stick to it. I use it on everything, you know. I've used it when I've poured resin tables and everything like that. You can peel it off pretty easy. Gets stuck a little bit, but not really. And then I guess you'll see what was uncovered. I was pretty happy with the result, to be honest. I had no idea how it was going to go. Yeah, you can see there, nice and hard. It's actually come out pretty good. It's soaked all the way through that into the fin. It's actually soaked through the fin onto the underside. You can see it when I pull off the stickers on the other side. I thought I'd just drill the holes now, so then it makes it a bit easier when I glass this side. No, when I carbon that side. Then I just peel off those stickers on the other side. It's pretty, I was glad I left them there because it did hold a bit of shape, I suppose. It held a little bit of shape a bit better. I just peeled them off. Well, time to try this side. You can see it's actually soaked through a little bit, so it's nice and hard on there. Obviously I've got to finish it off a bit, but I'm just going to put one layer of carbon on here, and we'll see how we go. It's just for the time being till we get a new fin, so see how it goes. As you can see, I didn't go through it all again. I've put that bit of carbon cloth down, put the resin on there, and I'm just doing the tape method. As you can see me pushing out the resin there on the cloth. So it's squeezing a lot of that resin out. The excess resin you don't want in there. It makes it harder to sand. It's not as structurally strong. All right, couple of hours gone by. It's meant to be 8-hour cure for this, but you know what? It's like 40 degrees here today. Let's see how it is. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. You know what? I haven't sanded it yet, but I reckon that is pretty good. Well, that's it. Seems pretty sturdy. It'll definitely do for a few days. Quick send of the reef. Just got the boat back, so
we'll see how she goes tomorrow. Let's just hope it doesn't snap down at 20 plus meters. Nah, looks pretty good. Well, it can be done. Well, here we go. It's on. Feels alright. I guess we'll see how it goes tomorrow then.
Well, there we go. That's the end of the video. So if you enjoy that, give it a like and subscribe. You know, I don't recommend it to everyone or anyone actually, but if it gets you out on the water, I've been out, we've used it, it's fine. It's actually been out a few times now and used it. It's still going strong. So we'll whack the new blades in, but it got us out of a bit of trouble when we wanted to go out and we didn't have any fins. So if it helps someone out there, it's something you can do. You know, if you get stuck somewhere, you're at a spearing comp, you've gone away spearing, you're up the wherever you are, you can fix it. It's a bit of resin, a bit of carbon cloth, you can pick it up most places, and maybe it'll help someone out and get them out spearing the next day if they need to. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.